And I'm Christina.
And this is
Banning Chatty, Dead Reaction. So, as you can see this week, we finally have a guest. No, he's not Andrew Lincoln or Norman Reedus, but he is pretty awesome and loves The Walking Dead just about as much as we do, if not more, because he's the one who got us into it. That's beside the point. But anyway, this is our brother Lawrence. Welcome, Lawrence.
Thanks for having me.
We're glad you're here. So, this week was a pretty intense episode, and it took us a while to get our bearings on what exactly happened before we could film our dead reaction to episode 3 of season 6.
But we have theories, we have ideas, and we're going to share them with you.
Yes, and hopefully you guys will join in along with the chat by following us on Twitter at BanningChatty51 using the hashtag DeadReaction, or you can comment below and we will insert your questions into next week's video. So, Leah, if you want to start off with a question for our guest this week, go for it.
Alright, so, everybody in this whole episode was worried about Glenn. So, what do you think is going to happen with Glenn? Do you think he's really dead?
No, I don't. I actually think that, because when Nicholas shot himself, he committed suicide on top of the dumpster. He shot himself. Spoilers. Well, we're talking about the episode.
Make sure you've watched the episode.
When Nicholas shot himself, he fell on top of Glenn.
Right.
So when he hit the ground, Nicholas was laying on top of Glenn, or at least that's what it seemed. We didn't see Nicholas's body, actually, in the perspective of the camera the way it was. We never saw Nicholas's face or his head or where his body was in proportion to Glenn's body. But if he were to fall on Glenn as he knocked him over into the horde of zombies, he would have been on top of him. So I think that the zombies were actually eating Nicholas and not Glenn. So he probably... It looked like he was kind of trying to get underneath the dumpster a little bit.
I agree, since we paused the episode 12 times.
Yeah,
exactly.
We did.
So, yeah, if you want to do that, go for it. Yeah, I think Glenn kind of became that moral compass, and so I think they want to do, and it's almost like, I was talking to somebody about this today, like it's almost like a Beth thing. Like what happened with Beth, and then we didn't know. Like nobody knew what happened, and then the next episode that we saw her within the next few, when she finally got back to her group, she was dead. So with this one, they're supposedly not going to let us know what's going on with Glenn for until the 7th episode. So we have a few Sundays to go. So that's going to be pretty intense waiting. I think it's going to be a build up for that.
But I was reading an article somewhere on Facebook or something. There's 6 major reasons why Glenn is not dead. And first of all, he was not on Talking Dead, and they always have the people who were killed on Talking Dead. He was not in the review of who died in the episode, which is critical. He was listed in every single episode for this season. Also, like Lawrence mentioned that he shimmied under the dumpster, and I can't really remember the 6th one, but yeah, check that out.
Well, just because he's in the description for being in all of the episodes doesn't mean he's going to be alive in all of the episodes.
Right, and they did say we would see Glenn again on Talking Dead, but they didn't say exactly how. So that still makes me nervous.
And another thing too is they never kill off a character in the show without showing them dying, or at least them being a zombie later on. Like when Merle died. When Merle died, they showed him later as a zombie, and they didn't show that with Glenn.
Right. Alright, so moving on to the next question that we have for you, Lawrence. How do you think Rick, when he finally gets back to Alexandria, is going to react to hearing that the wolves
If he gets back to Alexandria,
well,
he's a little preoccupied right now.
I mean, it's Rick.
Well, yeah, it is Rick, and he's kind of the main character.
Well, duh. I don't think they're
Okay, so I will rephrase my question then. If he gets back to Alexandria, which I think he is, how do you think it's going to react? And, do you think he's going to be like, good job, guys, you took care of it while we were gone, or, be super upset? I mean, he killed all the wolves that Morgan let go, so how many more of those things are left?
Well, I mean, probably not that many wolves left. I'm sure there were more than what they showed on the episode.
Yeah.
I'm sure there were more people in there. that were, in the wolves group. And I'm sure not all the wolves went into Alexandria either. I'm sure there was some waiting outside or something. But, I don't think Rick is gonna take it very well that they even let anybody get close enough to Alexandria, let alone into Alexandria, without even knowing.
Right.
I mean, nobody even knew they were in there until people were getting killed.
Right.
So I think Rick is probably gonna be like, listen, we gotta shape up, even if there is, because there's probably not even any Alexandria people left. Alexandrian people are probably already all dead, maybe
they're
2 or
there.
3.
Yeah.
Well, and I do think he had an idea of what was going on. Because first of all, he heard the horn and he's like, "Oh, that's coming from home." Second of all, he's like, in the last episode, they're like, "I hear gunshots coming from home, but they can handle it. We got to keep going on because if not, there's going to be a whole lot more to deal with than just whatever's going on back home already."
But I don't think he realized it was as bad as he thought. I think he maybe thought it was
Yeah,
just
but I
some
think he knows
zombies.
that something's up.
Yeah, absolutely. We did have a lot of exciting moments in this. So we actually got to see a new character from Alexandria, who I guess was in one of the previous episodes, but he was with Michonne's group, and that is actually, you say it,
Shaniqua Martin Green.
that's her husband. So it's really cool that we got to see him in an episode.
He's the guy who got shot in the leg.
Yes, so he was injured.
There was a lot of deaths in this episode and last episode, but no real major characters
It's not death.
as of yet.
I don't know. I'm actually concerned for Rick, and here's why. Because at the end, he's he kind of starts crying a little bit. He doesn't think he's gonna make it back to Alexandria, and he's got that whole horde of he's in front of the whole horde. That all those zombies that are coming out at the end there, coming towards the RV, that's the whole horde that's headed towards Alexandria, and he's right in front of it. And the RV won't start, so he's got to go on foot.
Right.
And I mean, he can outrun the walkers.
It's kind of like a reference back to where it all started, where he was in the tank, and here comes all these walkers, and then Glenn shows up to save the day.
But I don't
Wouldn't
think
that
that's
be
gonna.
great if Glenn showed up to save Rick in the RV?
Yeah, that'd be pretty awesome.
Glenn's kind of busy too.
That was a
but that
foreshadowing
would
of this
be-
was to come. Well, anyway, so a lot of intense Alexandria deaths. 2 people basically sacrificed themselves, even though the one guy was already bit. The girl was hurt, but she sacrificed herself. So I definitely think that there are some of the Alexandrians that are definitely, worth saving. I think Jesse's kind of stepped up to that plate where she's definitely worth saving. And there definitely are a few other ones, like Lydia. She's the one who was in the pantry.
Mhm.
Yeah, or the gun armory at that one
And
scene.
the
and
doctor
she was
girl.
she just stepped up. Yeah, and the doctor girl. So I definitely think there are some that are
And I think
worth saving.
Morgan's finally realizing that it's okay. Kill or be
Morgan's
killed.
crazy.
The walkers are not the only threat here.
Yeah.
And these wolves are definitely insane. So it's kill or be killed.
Yeah.
And then there was that scene in the episode where he found the baby food in that one wolf's pocket.
I'm not very because remember the premiere of the season 1 episode season 6 episode 1, and at the end I was like, okay, show Judith in her little camera, and it didn't show her, and what's her face, Yvette Nicole Brown even said in the episode, okay, Judith didn't cry when that ding went off and the casserole was finished. I was like, okay, show Judith, and they never showed her, and so for me I was like, if they took her,
That was episode 2, I believe, though.
okay, yeah, the episode with the wolves, yeah, if they took her, I don't know, it's crazy. So,
lots of.
stay tuned.
But next week we have that 90-minute episode, which hopefully will tie up all the loose ends, except for apparently what's going on with Glenn.
I hope so. But the way I see it is that's just 30 minutes more for people to die.
That's true.
For people that we like to get killed off, and
That too. But
with how many deaths there's been, I mean, we're running out of Alexandrias to throw in front of the wolves here,
and there hasn't been any major deaths of main characters this season.
yeah.
yet.
I mean, anything that came
There's
close to
a
a
lot
major
of
death
close
in this
deaths.
season was Nicholas, and
Yeah.
nobody likes Nicholas. So I
Until
mean,
he
He's a
shot
great
himself.
actor.
he's a good
Definitely
actor,
a great actor.
but his character,
I think
he got Noah killed.
well, yeah, and if in this case he might have gotten Glenn killed, but I think that he finally reached that point of he realized that he had been that he came back from that. But then at that point he just felt there was nothing else he could do, so he shot him.
But at the same time, in Nicholas's defense, they were on top of the dumpster, and I don't know exactly where they could have gone. There's the barbed wire fence, and the building was kind of far away. Now Glenn might make it under the dumpster, but who knows? There's still a lot of walkers around.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping that they would like use the staircase to go up on the roof, but they didn't. Like there was a staircase right there. They could have gone up and probably climbed up onto the roof, but they chose to go on the dumpster. So.
Yeah, well, definitely a lot of intense moments this episode. A lot of zombies, which it's a zombie show, so a lot of walkers. So anyway, so definitely stay tuned to see what happens with Glenn and all the characters, because you never know what will happen, who will be killed, and we'll see what happens. So anyway, we hope you guys enjoyed this week's episode of Dead Reaction. A special hand for our guest Lawrence. Woo! Yay! Thank you for joining us. The beard, it's not really up to Rick's.
It's not a Rick beard,
but it's pretty good.
I'm trying.
So anyway, thanks for joining us. You can like this, subscribe, and check us out for more videos. We have our kind of synopsis of the last two episodes. So you can check that out in our previous episodes.
Remember, like this video, subscribe to our channel, please. You can follow us on Instagram and on Twitter at BanningChatty51.
And use the hashtag #DeadReaction to join the chat.
Yes.
So, for Banning Chatty, Dead Reaction, I'm Christina.
And I'm Leah.
And this is Lawrence. And remember, keep chatting and watching The Walking Dead on AMC. Bye!